Every day you wake up with the same 24 hours. Yet some people end their days fulfilled, focused, and at peace, while others end exhausted, frustrated, and confused. The difference is not talent, luck, or opportunity. The difference is design. Long before the evening arrives with its results, its stress, or its satisfaction, a decision has already been made in the morning. If you have ever wondered why your nights feel heavy, why your goals feel delayed, or why your life feels reactive instead of intentional, then this message is for you. Today, we are uncovering a powerful truth. The way you begin your day is quietly deciding the way your day will end. Morning is the birthplace of purpose and direction because every day begins neutral, waiting to be shaped by the first decisions you make. Before the world places its demands on you, before noise, pressure, and opinions rush in, there is a sacred window where clarity can be established. Purpose is not discovered in chaos, it is recognized in stillness. The morning offers that stillness, a moment where your mind is fresh enough to remember why you exist and what you are responsible for. When you ignore this moment, you allow life to assign you roles you were never designed to play. Direction must be set before movement begins. Otherwise, motion becomes wasted energy. Many people are busy all day yet advance nowhere because they never decided where the day was supposed to go. Morning is the compass-setting point of life, where you align your actions with intention instead of impulse. If you wake up without direction, you spend the rest of the day borrowing direction from emergencies, deadlines, and other people's expectations. Purpose must be acknowledged before productivity. Otherwise, success becomes accidental and fulfillment remains elusive. The morning is where identity is reinforced, values are remembered, and vision is brought back into focus. When purpose governs the beginning of the day, decisions throughout the day become easier, distractions lose power, and energy flows toward what truly matters. What controls your morning commands your life, because the first influence always has the greatest authority. Whatever you submit to at the start of your day establishes ownership over your attention. If confusion dominates your morning, clarity will struggle to survive. If distraction claims your first moments, discipline will fight an uphill battle. Control in the morning is not about rigid schedules alone, but about intentional leadership over your thoughts, time, and focus. When you surrender your morning to randomness, you unknowingly surrender your future to it as well. Life does not overwhelm people suddenly, it slowly gains control through unmanaged beginnings. The morning is when your mind is most impressionable, most open, and most responsive. This is why external voices fight for early access to your attention. Whoever speaks first often speaks loudest all day. When you allow urgent but unimportant matters to dominate your morning, they continue to dominate your decisions long after they should have lost relevance. Control of the morning means deciding what deserves access to your mental space. It means choosing direction over distraction and intention over impulse. When you master your morning, you establish authority over your emotions, reactions, and priorities. Control early reduces conflict later. It creates stability in the middle of the day and confidence toward the end. A person who governs their morning does not live at the mercy of circumstances. They move through circumstances with clarity and purpose. What you consistently allow to control your morning eventually controls your habits. Your habits shape your character, and your character determines the outcome of your life. Design replaces reaction with intention, because reaction is always late, but design is always ahead. When you live by reaction, your life is shaped by whatever happens next. Your emotions respond, your thoughts scramble, and your energy is spent managing situations you never chose. Reaction places you in a defensive position, constantly adjusting instead of directing. Design, on the other hand, moves you into leadership. It means you decide before the pressure arrives. You determine your focus before distractions compete for your attention. Intention is the evidence of maturity, because only a person who knows where they are going can decide what to ignore. When design governs your life, you are no longer controlled by urgency, but by priority. You stop waking up asking what went wrong and start waking up knowing what matters. Reaction drains strength because it keeps you emotionally engaged with things that have no long-term value. Design conserves strength because it channels energy toward purpose. A designed life is not a rigid life. It is a directed life. It allows flexibility without confusion and movement without chaos. When intention is set early, decisions throughout the day become confirmations instead of negotiations. You don't argue with distractions when your direction is clear. You don't panic under pressure when your plan is established. Design turns life from survival into stewardship, where you manage your time, thoughts, and actions instead of being managed by them. Discipline early creates peace later, because order always precedes rest. Peace is not the absence of activity. It is the presence of alignment. When discipline is practiced at the beginning, confusion has no room to grow. Early discipline is the act of choosing structure before emotions take over. It is deciding to do what is necessary before it feels convenient. Many people search for peace at night without realizing they neglected discipline in the morning. They want calm without commitment and rest without responsibility. But peace is a reward, not a coincidence. Discipline protects your energy, clarifies your focus, and reduces unnecessary conflict. When you handle priorities early, they don't haunt you later. When you confront responsibilities early, they don't accumulate into stress. Discipline does not restrict life, it organizes it. It removes the burden of constant decision-making because choices have already been made. Early discipline eliminates the chaos that steals joy from the evening. It creates margins in your day where reflection, gratitude, and fulfillment can exist. A disciplined beginning simplifies the rest of the day. It keeps small issues from becoming large problems and prevents distractions from turning into regrets. Peace at the end of the day is the natural outcome of order at the start. When discipline governs your morning, your evening is not filled with guilt or exhaustion, but with satisfaction and clarity. Evenings reveal what mornings decided because life always produces evidence. By the time the day comes to a close, excuses no longer work and intentions can no longer hide. The evening exposes whether the day was led or merely survived. Fatigue, frustration, and fulfillment are not random emotions. They are signals pointing back to earlier choices. When mornings are unfocused, evenings feel heavy and unfinished. When mornings are intentional, evenings carry a sense of completion. The night does not suddenly create regret. It simply uncovers it. What you ignore at the beginning will demand attention at the end. Tasks postponed in the morning return as pressure in the evening. Decisions delayed at dawn become anxiety at night. The evening is honest because it reflects the structure or the disorder of the day. You can trace the quality of your night directly to the discipline of your morning. Peace at night is evidence that priorities were handled early and energy was invested wisely. Restlessness at night often reveals that direction was never established. The evening does not lie. It reports. It tells you whether your time was aligned with your purpose or consumed by distractions. When the morning is designed, the evening becomes a place of reflection instead of regret. You don't spend the night wondering where the day went because you already knew where it was going. Satisfaction at night is not luck. It is confirmation that the morning was governed with intention. Destiny is built in unseen morning routines because greatness is never the result of dramatic moments, but of consistent patterns. What you repeatedly do when no one is watching quietly shapes who you are becoming. Destiny is not decided by one powerful day, but by many ordinary mornings handled with discipline. The routines you establish early in the day form the foundation of your future. These small, repeated actions may seem insignificant, but they carry enormous power over time. The world celebrates outcomes, but life is built in processes. What you read, what you think, what you prioritize, and what you refuse every morning accumulates into character. Character then determines capacity, and capacity determines impact. Unseen routines are powerful because they shape you before you face the world. They prepare your mind before challenges arise and anchor your values before pressure tests them. People often admire success without understanding the quiet consistency that produced it. Destiny does not respond to wishes. It responds to habits. Morning routines are votes you cast daily for the future you want to live. Every disciplined morning is a step toward alignment, and every careless morning is a step toward drift. You do not wake up one day and arrive at destiny. You build it through daily obedience to purpose. The morning is where destiny is rehearsed before it is revealed. The life you desire is being formed in the habits you repeat at the start of each day. This message has revealed that mornings are not ordinary moments to be rushed through, but strategic gateways that shape the entire direction of life. Purpose is not found by accident during the day. It is established intentionally at the start. When mornings are neglected, life becomes reactive, controlled by urgency, distractions, and external demands. But when mornings are designed, life shifts from reaction to intention, from confusion to clarity. Control in the morning determines control in life, because the first influence always has the strongest authority over thoughts, emotions, and focus. Discipline early is not punishment, it is protection. It shields the day from chaos and preserves peace for the evening. Evenings do not randomly produce stress or satisfaction. They simply reveal what was decided at dawn. Fatigue, regret, or fulfillment at night are reflections of alignment or disorder in the morning. Destiny itself is not shaped in public moments, but built quietly through unseen routines repeated daily. Every intentional morning strengthens direction, reinforces identity, and moves life steadily toward purpose. When mornings are governed with design, evenings become places of rest, reflection, and confirmation, rather than regret and exhaustion.